There once was a water carrier who worked for a wealthy family in a small village. Each day, he carried 2 large pots slung across a pole on his shoulders. He would walk down to the river, fill the pots with water, and return to the house. One of the pots was perfect, holding water without spilling a single drop. The other pot, however, had a crack in it. By the time the water carrier reached the house, half of the water in the cracked pot would have leaked out. For years, the water carrier used these 2 pots to fetch water for the household. The perfect pot was proud of its ability to deliver a full load of water every time. The cracked pot, however, felt ashamed. It saw itself as broken, incomplete, and unable to fulfill its purpose. One day, as the water carrier was returning from the river, the cracked pot spoke up. "I'm so sorry," it said. "I don't understand why you keep using me. My crack causes so much water to leak out. I feel like I'm letting you down." The water carrier stopped and smiled gently. "Have you noticed the flowers growing along the path on your side of the road?" he asked. The pot was silent, unsure of what he meant. "Every day as I carry you back from the river, the water that leaks out of your crack waters those flowers. Over time, they've grown tall and beautiful, lining the path with color and life. Because of your flaw, something wonderful has happened." The cracked pot was stunned. It had spent so much time focusing on its weakness that it had failed to see the good it was doing. From that day on, the cracked pot walked proudly, knowing that its imperfection had brought beauty to the world. The story of the broken pot is a powerful reminder that what we see as flaws or weaknesses in ourselves can often be our greatest strengths. Like the pot, we may focus on the ways we fall short, comparing ourselves to others who seem perfect. But perfection isn't what brings beauty or meaning to the world. It's often through our cracks, our struggles, vulnerabilities, and unique qualities that we make the biggest impact. Think about your own life. Have you ever felt like the cracked pot, doubting your abilities because of a perceived flaw? Maybe you think you're not skilled enough, strong enough, or confident enough to succeed. But what if those very cracks are what make you valuable? Take a closer look. What have your challenges taught you? How have your struggles shaped your perspective? Just like the water that nourished the flowers, your experiences may be quietly impacting the world in ways you don't yet see. We live in a world that often celebrates perfection, but true beauty lies in authenticity. It's our imperfections that make us relatable, that connect us to others, and that allow us to create something meaningful. The cracked pot didn't need to be perfect to fulfill its purpose, and neither do you. Instead of hiding or being ashamed of your flaws, embrace them. They are part of your story, part of what makes you unique. Your cracks are what allow light to shine through. They are opportunities for growth, creativity, and connection. Remember, even the most perfect people have cracks. They just don't always show them. What matters is how we use them. Do we let our flaws hold us back, or do we use them to bring beauty to the world? So, the next time you feel like the cracked pot, remind yourself of this story. Your cracks are not weaknesses. They are strengths in disguise. They may be the very things that allow you to make a difference in someone else's life. Like the flowers along the path, the beauty you create through your imperfections can bring light and color to the world. Embrace your cracks and watch how they become the source of your greatest strengths.